Pisces, in the next 72 hours, three specific signs will confirm your past life lover is already in your physical reality. I just pulled the Hermit reversed, and this is not what anyone expects about soul recognition. Everyone thinks past life connections feel like instant fireworks, but actually, they feel like the most natural thing in the world, like breathing, like coming home to a place you never knew you left. The comments are already going insane, and we haven't even started the actual reading yet. Your soul remembers everything, Pisces, every single lifetime, every single love, every single moment of separation. And right now, as we speak, your past life lover is experiencing the same strange dreams, the same random memories, the same inexplicable pull toward someone, someone they can't quite identify yet. But you're about to know exactly who they are. The Hermit reverse just appeared, and this is absolutely mind-blowing because everyone expects soul recognition to be about going inward, but reversed? This is about your past life lover being revealed through external signs, through the physical world, literally conspiring to bring you together. Let me tell you what happened to Sarah from my community last week. She kept seeing 1111 everywhere. Everywhere. On her phone, on receipts, on random clocks. She thought it was just coincidence until she walked into a coffee shop at exactly 11:11 and locked eyes with the barista. Not just any barista, the barista who had been in her dreams for months. The same eyes, the same smile, the same soul. They've been inseparable ever since. And that's exactly what's happening to you right now, Pisces. The universe is setting up these divine appointments, these impossible coincidences, these moments where time literally stops and you know. But here's what nobody tells you about past life recognition. It's not always romantic in the beginning. Sometimes it feels like meeting your best friend's annoying brother. Sometimes it feels like mild irritation. Sometimes it feels like nothing special at all. Your logical mind will try to dismiss it. Your ego will create resistance. Your fear will whisper that you're imagining things. But your soul will be screaming, yes, 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 from the moment you see them. The Hermit reversed is telling me that your past life lover is currently in their own period of soul searching, but they're doing it all wrong. They're looking everywhere except where they need to look. They're swiping through dating apps instead of paying attention to the person who brings them coffee every morning. They're traveling to find themselves instead of recognizing that home is in your eyes. This is why the universe has to be so dramatic about bringing you together, because you're both being incredibly dense about the obvious. And Pisces, I need you to understand something crucial. Your past life lover is not some mystical, perfect person who's going to complete you. They're a human being with flaws and quirks and probably really annoying habits. They might leave dishes in the sink. They might be terrible at texting back. They might have the worst taste in music. But when you're together, when you're actually together, the world makes sense in a way it never has before. The next card is absolutely shocking me. Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles for past life love recognition? This seems completely wrong until you understand what the universe is actually showing us. Your past life lover is currently experiencing some form of spiritual or emotional poverty. They feel disconnected. They feel like they're on the outside looking in. They feel like everyone else has figured out love and relationships except them. They're walking past the church of their own soul, and they don't even know the door is open. But here's the beautiful part. The Five of Pentacles always shows two figures, two people in struggle, two people who could help each other if they just looked at each other instead of focusing on what they lack. Your past life lover is going to recognize you not in a moment of triumph, but in a moment of vulnerability, when they're feeling most lost, when they're feeling most alone, when they're feeling most convinced that true love is just a fairy tale. That's when you'll appear. And Pisces, you need to be ready for this. You need to be ready to see them not as some perfect soulmate, but as someone who needs the same thing you do, someone who's been looking for home in all the wrong places. The recognition won't be about them being perfect. It will be about them being perfectly imperfect for you. I'm getting chills right now because the energy is so strong. Your past life lover is someone who makes you feel protective, not in a possessive way, but in a deeply caring way. Like you want to wrap them in the softest blanket and tell them everything is going to be okay. You've done this before, in other lifetimes. You've been their safe harbor, their sanctuary, their place of peace, and they've been yours. The Five of Pentacles is showing me that this recognition will happen during a time when one or both of you feels financially or emotionally stretched. Maybe they just lost a job. Maybe you're going through a difficult transition. Maybe you're both just tired of being strong all the time. That's when souls recognize each other, not in the highlights, but in the struggles, not in the perfect moments, but in the perfectly imperfect ones. Your past life lover is going to say something or do something that triggers the deepest memory in your soul. It might be the way they laugh. It might be the way they touch your hand. It might be the way they look at you when they think you're not paying attention. But when it happens, you'll know. Queen of Swords is coming through now, and this is absolutely fascinating because this card represents clear communication and intellectual connection. But for past life recognition, this is about your past life lover being someone who challenges your mind. They're not going to be some soft, dreamy Pisces fantasy. They're going to be someone who asks hard questions, someone who makes you think, someone who doesn't let you get away with vague answers or spiritual bypassing. This is someone who will love your depth but won't let you drown in it. The Queen of Swords is telling me that your past life lover is currently in a phase of cutting through illusions. They're done with surface level connections. They're done with people who can't handle real conversation. They're done with anyone who isn't willing to go deep, which is exactly why they're going to recognize you. You're going to have one of those conversations that lasts until 3 a.m. One of those conversations where you lose track of time completely. One of those conversations where you share things you've never shared with anyone. And somewhere in the middle of that conversation, you'll both stop talking and just stare at each other. Because you'll both realize you've had this exact conversation before. In another lifetime, in another body, in another version of reality. The Queen of Swords is also showing me that your past life lover might be someone who appears cold or aloof at first, someone who seems to have their walls up, someone who seems completely uninterested in spiritual or mystical topics. But underneath that exterior, they're just as sensitive as you are. They're just as intuitive. They're just as capable of deep love. They've just learned to protect their heart in ways you haven't had to. And Pisces, this is so important. Your past life lover is not going to be impressed by your psychic abilities or your spiritual knowledge. They're going to be impressed by your humanity, by your willingness to be real, by your ability to laugh at yourself. They're going to love you not because you're mystical, but because you're you. The Queen of Swords is showing me a very specific scenario. You're going to be in a situation where you're explaining something you're passionate about. Maybe it's your work. Maybe it's a hobby. Maybe it's a cause you care about. And your past life lover is going to be listening in a way that makes you feel completely seen. not just heard, seen. They're going to ask the exact right questions. They're going to understand the parts you didn't even know how to explain. They're going to make connections you never thought of. And you're going to realize that this person gets you on a level that has nothing to do with romance and everything to do with recognition, soul recognition, the kind that says, "Oh, there you are. I've been looking for you." Members from my private community are sending me messages right now about this exact energy. They're feeling it too, this sense of anticipation, this feeling that something big is about to happen. And it is, Pisces. It absolutely is. Two of Cups reversed is showing up, and this might seem contradictory for a past life love reading, but hear me out. Two of Cups reversed is about connections that don't follow traditional patterns, connections that don't make sense to other people, connections that defy logic. Your past life connection is going to be one of those relationships that makes other people ask, "But how did you know?" And you'll never be able to explain it properly. How do you explain that you recognize their soul before you learned their name? How do you explain that you felt comfortable with them before you had any reason to trust them? How do you explain that being with them feels like remembering rather than discovering? You can't. Two of Cups reversed is telling me that your past life lover is someone who's currently avoiding traditional relationship patterns. They're not on dating apps. They're not actively looking for love. They're not following the usual rules about how people meet and connect. They're probably telling their friends they're taking a break from dating. They're probably saying they're focusing on themselves. They're probably convinced that love will happen when it happens. And they're right, but they have no idea it's about to happen with you. The Two of Cups reversed is showing me that your connection will develop in an unconventional way. Maybe you'll be friends first. Maybe you'll be work colleagues. Maybe you'll be thrown together by circumstances that have nothing to do with romance. But the undercurrent will be there from the very beginning. That sense of familiarity, that inexplicable comfort, that feeling like you've known each other forever. Other people might not see it at first. They might think you're just good friends. They might not understand why you spend so much time together or why you seem to communicate without words. But you'll know. And slowly, gradually, beautifully, they'll know too. The Two of Cups reversed is also showing me that this connection will challenge both of you to grow. Past life connections aren't just about comfort and familiarity. They're about evolution, about becoming the people you're meant to be in this lifetime. Your past life lover is going to trigger growth in you that you never saw coming. They're going to love parts of you that you didn't know existed. They're going to challenge parts of you that have been hiding, and you're going to do the same for them. This is not a comfortable, easy love. This is a transformational love, a love that changes everything, the kind of love that makes you understand why it didn't work out with anyone else, because it wasn't supposed to. Wheel of Fortune is spinning into this reading, and the energy is absolutely electric right now. This card is telling me that your past life lover recognition is tied to a major life change, not just for you, but for both of you. Something is shifting, something big, something that's going to put you in the exact right place at the exact right time. The Wheel of Fortune doesn't mess around with timing, Pisces. When this card appears in a love reading, it means destiny is taking over. It means the universe is done being subtle. Your past life lover is about to experience a major turn of fortune, a new job, a move to a new city, a change in their living situation, something that completely alters their daily routine. And that change is going to bring them directly into your path. Or maybe it's you who's about to experience the change. Maybe you're the one who's about to move or start a new job or completely reorganize your life. Either way, The wheel of fortune is turning, and it's turning in your favor. But here's what's so beautiful about this card in relation to past life love. The Wheel of Fortune represents karma coming full circle. It represents debts being paid and promises being kept. In past lifetimes, you and your person made promises to each other, promises to find each other again, promises to love each other again, promises to get it right this time. The Wheel of Fortune is the universe saying, it's time to keep those promises. The timing is perfect. The circumstances are aligning. The obstacles are being removed. Everything that needed to happen has happened. Everything that needed to be learned has been learned. Everything that needed to be healed has been healed. Now it's time for the reunion. And Pisces, I need you to understand something about the Wheel of Fortune. It moves fast. When this energy kicks in, things happen quickly. You might meet your past life lover this week. You might recognize them tomorrow. You might be looking into their eyes by the time this reading is over. The Wheel of Fortune doesn't believe in slow burns or gradual recognition. It believes in lightning strikes and instant knowing. Are you ready for that? Or because the universe is not going to wait for you to be ready. The universe is going to present your past life lover to you and expect you to recognize them immediately. Trust your first instinct, trust your gut reaction, trust that feeling of coming home. The Wheel of Fortune is also showing me that this recognition will happen in a public place, somewhere with other people around, somewhere you wouldn't expect to meet the love of your life. A grocery store, a library, a coffee shop, a bus stop, somewhere completely ordinary that becomes extraordinary the moment you see them. And everyone else will just be going about their normal day, completely unaware that two souls just found each other across time and space. The Wheel of Fortune is reminding you that magic exists in the mundane, that destiny hides in the everyday, that love finds a way even when logic says it's impossible. Your past life lover is closer than you think, Pisces, closer than you imagine, closer than you dare to hope. The wheel is turning. The moment is coming. The recognition is inevitable. All you have to do is be open to it. All you have to do is trust it. All you have to do is say yes when the universe presents them to you. The magician is manifesting into this reading, and I am getting chills because this card is pure manifestation energy. Your past life lover is actively calling you in right now. They might not consciously know they're doing it, but their soul is casting the most powerful love spell in existence, the spell of remembrance, the spell of recognition, the spell of coming home. The magician represents someone who has all the tools they need to create their reality. And right now, your past life lover has access to every single tool, every single resource, every single piece of cosmic assistance they need to find you. They're just not consciously aware of it yet. But their subconscious mind, their higher self, their soul, they're working overtime to orchestrate this reunion. The magician is showing me that your past life lover is experiencing a period of incredible personal power right now. They're manifesting things left and right. They're attracting opportunities. They're making things happen. But the biggest thing they're manifesting, the most important thing they're calling in, is you. Every meditation they do, every intention they set, every moment they visualize their ideal life, you're in it. You might not have a face yet in their visions, but you're there. Your energy is there. Your presence is there. They're dreaming of a love that feels like home. They're visualizing a connection that transcends the physical. They're calling in a person who understands them on a soul level. They're calling in you, Pisces, and the universe is about to deliver. The magician is also telling me that your past life lover is someone who believes in magic, not necessarily in the way you do, but in their own way. They believe in synchronicity. They believe in signs. They believe that the universe conspires to help people who are aligned with their purpose. And finding you, recognizing you, loving you, that's part of their soul's purpose in this lifetime. The magician is showing me a very specific image. Your past life lover is going to be carrying something or wearing something that triggers instant recognition. Not because you've seen that object before, but because your soul remembers the energy of it. Maybe it's a piece of jewelry, maybe it's a book, maybe it's a scent, maybe it's a song they're humming. But when you encounter it, your entire being will light up with recognition, and you'll know. The magician is also revealing that your past life lover is currently in a phase of studying or learning something new. They're expanding their knowledge, they're developing new skills, they're becoming more of who they're meant to be. And part of that evolution is preparing them to recognize you. They're raising their vibration, they're clearing their chakras, they're healing their heart, not because someone told them to, but because something inside them knows they need to be ready. Ready for you, ready for this love, ready for this lifetime. Oh my God, Pisces, I just realized something. The personal reading appointments I had to close yesterday, 3 of them were from people describing the exact same dream. The same person appearing in their dreams with the same message. It's time. That's not a coincidence. That's confirmation that this energy is real and it's happening right now. The star is illuminating this entire reading, and I am literally getting goosebumps because this card represents hope, healing, and divine guidance. But more than that, it represents the light that guides souls back to each other across lifetimes. Your past life lover is being guided by the same star that's guiding you right now. The same celestial energy that's bringing you this message is calling to them too. They're looking up at the same sky. They're making wishes on the same stars. They're feeling the same inexplicable hope that something beautiful is about to happen. The star is showing me that your past life lover is currently in a phase of deep healing. They're releasing old patterns. They're forgiving past hurts. They're opening their heart to new possibilities. But here's what's so magical about this healing. They're not just healing themselves. They're healing the wounds that separated you in past lifetimes. They're clearing the karma that kept you apart. Every meditation they do, every therapy session they attend, every moment they choose love over fear, they're preparing for you. The star is also revealing that your past life lover is someone who brings healing to others. They might be a healer professionally, or they might just have that gift naturally. People feel better after talking to them. People feel more hopeful after being in their presence. And you're going to be their greatest healing. Not because you're going to fix them, but because loving you is going to heal parts of their soul they didn't even know were wounded. The star is showing me water, lots of water. Your recognition might happen near water, a lake, a river, the ocean, even a fountain. Water is significant to both of your souls. In past lifetimes, you made promises to each other by water. You sealed your love with water. You found each other through water. And in this lifetime, water is going to be the witness to your reunion. The star is also telling me that your past life lover is someone who believes in miracles. They've experienced them personally. They've seen impossible things happen. They've witnessed love that defies logic. So when they meet you and feel that instant recognition, they won't question it. They won't doubt it. They won't try to rationalize it away. They'll trust it. They'll trust you. They'll trust the magic that brought you together. The star is showing me that this recognition is going to happen during a time when you both need hope the most, when you both need to believe in magic again, when you both need to remember that love is real and beautiful and possible. Your past life lover is going to appear in your life like the answer to a prayer you didn't know you were praying, and you're going to appear in theirs the same way. The star is the card of wishes coming true, Pisces. And right now, your deepest wish, your soul's greatest desire, is about to manifest in the most beautiful way possible. I need to tell you something important before we finish this reading. If you want to deepen your connection with this energy, you know where to find me. But more importantly, you need to prepare for this recognition. Your past life lover is coming. The signs are everywhere. The energy is building. The universe is conspiring in your favor. But you need to be ready to receive them. You need to be ready to trust the magic. You need to be ready to say yes to a love that transcends time and space. Are you ready, Pisces? Because they're coming. And when they arrive, your whole world is going to change. The recognition is inevitable. The love is guaranteed. The reunion is written in the stars. All you have to do is believe. All you have to do is trust. All you have to do is be open to the magic that's about to unfold. Your past life lover is out there right now, feeling the same pull you're feeling. They're preparing for you just like you're preparing for them. They're healing for you just like you're healing for them. And soon, very soon, you're going to look into each other's eyes and remember everything. Remember every lifetime. Remember every love. Remember every promise. And this time, you're going to get it right. This time, you're going to make it last. This time, you're going to create the love story that your souls have been writing across centuries. The comments are going absolutely insane right now, and I can feel your energy through the screen. You know this is your message. You know this is your time. Subscribe now because your future literally depends on staying connected to this energy. Hit that notification bell because you cannot afford to miss what's coming next. Your past life lover is closer than you think, Pisces. The recognition is imminent. The love is inevitable. Trust the magic. Trust the timing. Trust your soul. It knows the way home.